Full disclosure, I narrated Brent's audiobook. It's called The People-Profit Connection, and I learned so much by reading it. One of my favorite parts, though, was to see all of the examples of the success stories. So, Brent, I was hoping that you might share some of your favorites as to, how this emotional intelligence stuff really can work for people who, at the beginning, might have been very suspicious of you.
It's about the construction and engineering industries, but the subtitle is How to Transform the Future of Construction by Focusing on People. So it's all about people, and we've got tons of, we got a section on safety, health and safety, and it includes mental health, and we got a section on stress management. So it's about giving everyone those skills that they need, all those critical people skills and ways to manage themselves better to create more success in their lives and in their work.
These tough guys, these macho men in the construction industry who are now being transformed by the strategies that you're recommending for good health, physical, mental, and emotional. So would you share, please, some of those sort of testimonials or success stories?
Yeah, I have to talk about Gabriel because he's a 50-year-old superintendent and was removed from a project. His team didn't want to work with him. He was one of those alpha drivers, really great human being. He just didn't see how his behavior was creating this schism with his teams and with his clients. So we taught him, as most alphas work on, his empathy. So he worked on his empathy, and it was amazing. He went from being removed from a project to chief operating officer for the entire country of Mexico in 10 months, changing how he views other humans in his life, changing how he interacts with other human beings, and really transforming not only himself at work as a leader and as a construction superintendent, but as a husband and father and an uncle. That's miraculous to me. And when I've got hundreds of those stories where people, they tell me, I not only became a better husband and father, but leader, but I became a better husband and father as well. And one woman came up to me at this graduation thing that we did, and she goes, "You saved our marriage," So all of these things that translate from the personal to the professional, and that's what this work for me is about. It's raising the consciousness and really making people the best versions of themselves that they can be. And I do none of the work; they do all the work, but I just give them the tools to use, and the changes are remarkable.
Yeah, you say they're miraculous, but they're also very doable, right? It's common even for somebody who might say, oh, I'm not the type to meditate, or I'm not going to go for a walk and look at the trees, which are some of the suggestions that you made in an earlier episode, right?
Absolutely. And we recommend that. There's some Harvard studies behind meditation or a deep rest that we recommend to everybody that we work with to build that into your day. Some type of deep rest. You can call it prayer, meditation, quiet time, mindfulness time, whatever you want to call it, but where you're not doing anything, thinking about anything, solving any problems. It actually changes you on a fundamental, it changes your DNA. It changes you on a genetic level. And again, this is Harvard Medical that's studying the way this works in your body. So it does work. It's very true. It's not just some touchy-feely, nebulous and doesn't have any basis in fact. Mm-hmm. This stuff really works.
Yes, and I have learned so much from you about emotional intelligence and all these good strategies for success and personal happiness. So I want to thank you again. It's been a pleasure. Brent Darnell, your website, why don't you give it out one more time for these free resources?
BrentDarnell.com, and you can get some good emotional intelligence tests and the tough guy survival kit, some good resources at BrentDarnell.com/resources. And you can also hit the shop there and buy the audiobook if you're interested. I think there's a 25% off discount code you can use there. So check that out as well.
Brent Darnell, you're one of my favorite people. I've learned a lot by reading your book and getting to know you. And I hope that these episodes of the Help and Healing Hangout have been helpful to those watching. So thanks everybody for tuning in. And thank you, Brent Darnell.